Hey everybody, welcome back. Continuing the series of day 2 of 7 Days to Die on the Xbox One here. We're playing this on the Xbox, and I'm just trying to give you a basic, easy way to get a nice, strong beginning. If you didn't see my last video, make sure that you tune in to day 1, and that is where I showed you the best way to start, what you should be focusing on, how to get your quests moving along, how to get the proper tools rolling along, and how to find a secure base. So we have spent one entire evening up here, and what we did on the first video was we found some food sources, a couple of resources. We found the ability to make hammers and iron club, put down a campfire, make a chest, and find a secure roof that the zombies couldn't attack and get us overnight. And so that's really what we did, was we just built a roof camp for now. This is not going to be the final camp. We're eventually going to go and find somewhere else to go, but for now, this is what we're using as a base, is just the top of this roof. So as you can see, it's not quite daytime yet. It's still kind of the early morning before sunrise. The sun should be popping up any second now and allowing us to go and explore the world. But you can hear underneath us there are a lot of zombies that have spent the night trying to figure out how to get us above. They can eventually knock this building down if we give them time, but we're not going to stay in this building. This is a temporary building. But now that I'm pretty sure it's safe, we're just going to go and hop off and go and explore this neighborhood. This neighborhood is a pretty small neighborhood, so we're probably not going to stay here forever, but I do like what it offers. Like back there, in those brambly trees to the left, you can see there's a wishing well, like a well, and that's one of the ones that I know from experience that hides a bunker. And then this building right here, as you can see, there's it's a hotel we're going around, so we can find wrenches and a lot of different resources we're going to need. So earlier I was looking at this building. This is a hotel style building, and that means there's a lot of rooms in there. There's a lot of chances for early game resources that I might be able to use. There's a lot of things that you can use early in the game that you can craft into other items or just straight use as you find right away. So I went ahead and made some ladders, and as soon as I get it facing the right direction, I don't like going into the lobby. The lobby is so dangerous. You go into the lobby and you have doors on all sides. I find it easiest just to go up through a window on the side to ensure that you don't get snuck upon, that zombies don't attack you from strange angles. And they're usually pretty easy to get in, because usually they're just covered by these light windows, or those are curtains. These light windows are just boards. So I usually find these are a safe way to go in. So we're going to go and pop into this room right here, see what we don't see. So there's another level of boards here. But I can already see through the cracks. I can see a kitchen. You can see a countertop. I can see a cooking pot. Let's pull out our flashlight. Oh, okay. So from quick look, what I noticed right away are these couches. And these couches are a great source of leather. Look, each couch gave me 2 leather, and you can see them, well, not couches, but booths. You can see they go all the way around. So you're going to want to grab this leather, and the reason why is you're going to want to get some leather. You're going to want to get some short iron pipes. You're going to want to get some stone, and you're going to want to get some clay, because we're going to want to make ourselves a forge. That's the whole goal for today, is to get a forge going on day 2. Now a forge, once you get those going, the world is your oyster. You can start making forged materials and a lot of things. But these leather you need to make the bellows. I think we need something like 20 leather to make the bellows. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to pop these out, all the while paranoid of zombies. In fact, let's just go and speed this up so you don't have to watch me hit a whole bunch. Just know in your heart of hearts that I got 20 leather doing this. Now there's some other useful things in here, so let's go and look around. Inside these sinks, you tend to find things like wrenches and iron pipes and water. So I found some coffee there. And let's see. Kitchen items. These cooking pots are handy too. See that? Make sure to grab those. They're useful in campfires, for turning your campfire into the ability to cook more complex items like boiled water and stuff like that. But these seem to all be kind of duds right now. That one had some jars. There you go, a wrench and iron pipes. I know that went by fast. Another wrench. So the wrenches are super handy, because what I'm going to want here is these sinks. When you break them, they will give you short iron pipes, and I need short iron pipes so that I can make a forge. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly wrench this apart, and on the last swipe it'll usually give you a short iron pipe. In fact, there's a pipe right there. It's giving me multiple pipes, it looks like, including some iron. But like I said, today the goal for day number 2 is to make a forge, and for that forge you need leather, iron pipes, stone, and clay. And so I believe we've gotten pretty much all that we need in there right now. So let's head out to the desert and just pick up a couple more stones, because we're going to need about, I believe it's 90 stones for that forge. Now these rocks out here, they're my favorite to hit, because when you hit them, if you look, you'll notice in the corner of the screen that it's not just giving rocks, it's also giving iron ore. That's that red design right there. So the iron ore, we're going to want to use that in our forge. So these rocks right here, they're really good at, and when you hit them, not only just giving stone back, but also giving you secondary resources. And while you're out here, make sure to go and grab the plant fibers. We're still trying to fulfill those quests up there. So you're going to want 35 plant fibers, plus some extras. When doing that, make sure you use your fists. You can get a plant fiber with a fist without using really any endurance at all, compared to using a weapon or a tool. So we'll do this. We'll grab some wood out here too, because no matter what, you're always going to need wood for the rest of eternity. It's nice and bright out here. It's safe right here. So we'll grab some wood, some stone with that iron ore, and some plants. And then also make sure that you have 90 clay on you also, which I believe I grabbed on day 1. Let's drink a little bit of water. Now, when you're low on endurance, if you drink water, it will replenish a portion of your endurance immediately. So that's why I drank that, is mostly just so I can hit this rock a little more. There you go, see? Now it gave sulfite and iron. Those rocks give a lot. Now here, being interrupted by one of these big frosties. I hate these guys. They are tough. And it's not just their damage or anything. They take a lot of hits. And the ones that are really, really tall like him, you can hit them in the face over and over again, and it seems to smack their chest. So while I'm running around from this guy trying to dodge my endurance, keep my endurance up, I'm noticing a second one came on to me. So rather than fight him and kill him, I'm just going to skate and just pretend I didn't see him. They walk so slow that this isn't really very hard to do. Let's go and grab a couple items off this car. If you notice I'm still hunted, they'll hunt you for something like a minute after you leave their sight. They'll continue to follow you, so I'm going to remain hunted for a little while. In fact, I can see them right there. But I grabbed a little iron, a little bit of gas. Let's go and flee those guys. Now back here you see there's a car back here. Cars are really good treasure chests. See, each one of them has stuff in them. I'm still taking a long time to explore it and unlock it, but you can do that. But then after you do that, you can always wrench them apart for parts. You can use wrenches and get engines out of them, oil, gas, headlights, radiators, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. They are a plethora of good items. And as you can see, we didn't lose that zombie yet either. Now, I'm coming back to my base because I was going to hide, and I noticed I forgot to chop out the bottom rung here. That means I spent all night with this bottom rung here under danger. They easily could have just walked up, and I didn't even realize. So yeah, I've still got a little bit of time before I have to worry about chopping this out and it becomes nighttime. But I should get started now. I don't want to run out of time. I don't want to get stumbled upon by an enemy behind me. I don't want to, run out of stones or whatever while in the middle of it. So let me head upstairs, drop off some resources, get a couple things done, and then go back down and fix that ladder. Okay, now they got a new axe and dropped off some of my stuff. We're going to go back down there. Let's finish this ladder off. I don't like the feeling of insecurity that I'm getting by it just sitting down here like this. Because, like I said, those zombies inside that building, all they have to do is just walk out the back door, and walk right on up, and get me in the middle of the night. And nobody wants that. Okay, now the bottom rung is gone. I'm gonna go ahead and jump up there. Now I can jump up and grab it, but the zombies, they have a really hard time doing that. They can jump up to ladders every now and then when you get them piling up. Like, let's pretend you have 5 zombies under your ladder and 2 of them have their legs broken and they're crawling. Sometimes the third zombies can climb on top of that and reach that ladder, but generally we're pretty safe right now. Like I said, we're not staying up here, only for the night. So as you can see right there, I'm making some bellows. Bellows, you need leather, you need iron pipe, you need wood. Very simple, but it's one of the first pieces to the forge. So really what I'm doing is I'm making the forge right now. And since it's going to take a little bit of time for that to craft in my menu here, let's go ahead and explore behind me. Now, I was talking about how there's a bunker behind this building. Let's go and just show you what I'm talking about. We're going to get partially in there, but you'll see what I mean. So if you notice this house, there's like a little well in the back. Now, this well is not a normal well. It is a disguise for a bunker. See, you have yourself a wooden hatch right there. A little paranoia when I look around. And we're going to go and chop that up, and inside there we'll find a ladder that goes down. Some of the ladder pieces are missing, so you can go and craft ladders and stick it against the wall, or drop straight down and catch the next ladder. So in here there's spikes all around. I believe it's 9 spikes because it's a small room. And so when you come down, make sure you climb to the bottom of the ladder and start chopping them up with an axe, but not so close where you fall, just close enough. Yeah, this piece right here, I need to replace the ladder. As you can see, it's missing a small section there. But that's really easy. You just go and make a ladder. They take just a couple pieces of wood. I might already have some. No, I don't have any on me, but go in and just type it right inside the little window over there, and you can make ladders very, very easily. And success. There you go. Now we got a clear path all the way up and down. I'm always paranoid about whether they're going to kind of stumble on me while I'm up here or not. That's why you see me making those boxes and concocting a plan to block the top of the ladder while I'm down here just to feel safer. Now, while I'm down here, we're going to chop these out, and we're going to just feel around to see what the walls are made out of and what we can get in. Now, that is a vault door. Vault doors have something like 8,000 health, and then after you break it once, it has 6,000 more health, plus more. But if you look at the walls are actually just normal cement, not solidified. They're not reinforced concrete, they're regular concrete. And so that tells me they're really not that strong. They're 3,000 damage each. So if you want to break in past this place, it might actually be cheaper for you to just break the concrete rather than breaking the doors. The doors are going to take 14,000 damage. 2 concrete pieces will take 3,000 each, equaling 6,000 damage. So we'll give this a little bit of a whack here. Spend a little bit of time, but as you can see, there's no way we're getting there in just the one day, and you can see the difference in the health between the two when I smack that door for a second. So we're going to let it speed up here for a minute just to show you how long it would take if I wanted to go through them. You can see I would have to go through several axes, but I'm not going to spend my whole day doing this because I have other things to do on day 2. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Maybe we'll come back with into this bunker on day 3. Maybe I'll use my forge I'm making to build myself a proper pickaxe or something like that. Okay, so let's head back up. Let's take this torch down. I don't know if they create heat or not, but I'm just trying to be on the safe side. Heat attracts zombies. I can't remember if they do or don't, but who cares? It's on the safe side, so I'm just going to take it down. So now that I have the resources I require, let's go ahead and get started on making that forge that I wanted to make. Now the forge, it's basically like a piece of furniture, but you place it down, and you put wood in it to start the fires, and then you place objects in it to smelt them down into raw materials so that you can find objects around the world like rocks and stuff like that and put it in there and eventually turn into cement or forged iron or whatever you might need. You can also make other items in it like nails and stuff like that, things meant for crafting, but it all starts off with the forge. Now you can see the forge is going to take a few minutes here before it's ready, so again we're gonna go out and explore a little bit while we're waiting for that to craft and try to make some good use of our day. So while I was out here, I see that deer in the distance, and I remember in the distance there is a lake. I might be able to drive this deer into the lake. Have you ever seen an animal in this game in the water? They move insanely slow. Look at that. I got to hit him with a club. It's not every day you get to hit a deer with a club, and there it is. They go insanely slow in the water, so my initial idea here is I'm just going to beat it to death in the water and create Blood Lake, which seemed like a great plan at first. But then I come to chop it up, and as you can see, I can't seem to hit the deer. For some reason, I'm smacking the ground underneath it, and I'm getting sand out of underneath the deer. I give it a few tries, like I give it a good college try, but after some time, I have to admit to myself I can't get the deer. So instead, I just fill up my water bottles, give it one last Hail Mary. God, I wish it would work, but as you can see, the deer is not letting me get meat out of it. It's just going to sit here and rot in the water, so I guess there's nothing else to do but go home. I like to jump on cars when searching them and wrenching them apart. That way you don't have to worry about zombies like sneaking up on you so much. Sometimes you can be on a car, and when they walk up to you, they hit the car instead of you. So sometimes when I'm going to be there for a second, I'll just jump on it. And now that I've gotten most of what I need for the day, I might as well grab some more resources. We have that forge coming. That forge is going to give us a lot of materials. We also have a few more minutes before nighttime, so let's go ahead and go back up into this building because I didn't explore beyond this room, I looked at the edges of the room and I kind of gave it a stop. So we're going to go on deeper into here. Let's check this beverage cooler. Usually they have beverages in them, as the name suggests. I'm carrying a little bit of too much everything, so I won't be able to pick anything up if they drop. So I'm actually considering what I might want to abandon in the event that I do find something. Now this building, it seems pretty quiet. I don't hear or see any zombies around. It seems pretty safe. There's this nice gift shop back here. I want to break into there in a little bit. Obviously, there's something to it if it's behind these bars. It might be nothing. If it's nothing, oh well. But I think we've seen just about everything we're going to see in there for now because it is starting to get a little late. So let's go and make our way back to the house because our forge that we were crafting, it's probably getting to be crafted by now. It's probably ready. So we're going to head back, maybe check this car on the way. Because ultimately our goal will be to have a solid, steady source of food, a solid, steady source of clean water, a solid, steady source of resources, the ability to craft tools, the ability to make a strong base. And so I'm going to want to grab a lot of things at once. It's not just one thing you're after. You're not just after rocks or just after food. You want to grab a little bit of everything. And so let's go and explore this parking garage really quick because I'm right next door to my house. I'm right next door. If nighttime comes, we'll be there in just a flash. Let's see, in this red car, we've got, some pills and some more short iron pipes. Those short iron pipes, I'm using them right now in the forges. Even if you already have the pipes for the forges, grab them anyways. You can always throw them in the forge itself and melt it down for a decent amount of iron. There we have brass. I'm going to start smelting it. If you have an item that you can't carry, you can always just tell it to smelt. And if you can get home before it's done smelting, you can cancel it out and put it inside your inventory chest. I do that sometimes. I'll smelt like a huge stack of something, take time, and then put other items behind it that I want to carry home. Alright, now that forge is ready, let's go and slap that bad boy down here. go. So that is the forge. The first thing you're going to want to do is start smelting items. So instantly put some wood in there. After you put the wood in there, you can see a timer climbs up right there, and that timer shows you how long that amount of wood will give you. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is first put your wood back, but then we're going to start grabbing resources to smelt down, like that iron ore. That's that red stuff. Now I put it inside that little window on the right, and as you can see it's counting down, and I put some clay in there too. So what those are doing is those are now smelting into the forge. They're basically melting the resources and storing them in the forge. So at a later date, when I want to make an item, I will have clay and iron available. Now clay and iron are very important because that's how you make forged iron. You make forged steel with that. You make forged everything out of that. You make a lot of items out of clay and iron. So I want to do those first, but you're going to want to smelt sand, stone, brass, lead, iron, everything you see on that list over there. And so you're going to start wanting to cycle them through one at a time. You can see I swapped my iron for those cans because the cans burn fast. And what I'm trying to do right now is just, in a hurry, maximize the amount of items smelting back for my forge here. Now, the forges in the top right have these little sections where you plug tools in them to make them perform better. Now, as you can see on the top right, I have this space for an anvil up there. And right now I'm crafting an anvil to put up there. Now let's go ahead and throw some wood in the campfire, because if you remember earlier when I went chasing that deer out into the lake, I abandoned the deer, but I grabbed a bunch of the dirty water. Now that I put a cooking pot inside this campfire, I can boil the dirty water and make clean water. And I got the food from yesterday. Now every time you eat food, you're going to want to eat good food. If you don't have meat from an animal that you killed or eggs, then eat cans. But anytime you can eat like fried like anything or grilled anything or any kind of stew that you homemade, you're going to want it, because in the background you have this thing called wellness. Now wellness slowly rises, and as your wellness goes up, your health on the bottom goes from 100 max to 101, 102. I've gotten mine up to 185. I've gotten it really high without even spending any points in my skill tree trying to do it. And now that I am up here, let's continue this stupid quest on the top right, and let's make some pants. So you have this quest that has you make these pants and these shirts and everything, and it's really just a quest to teach you how to craft your clothes. That's what we grabbed the plant fibers for before, was to make like this top right here. We're going to make each of the pieces, basically. We're going to make the hood and whatnot, and as you can see on the top right, it's fulfilling those quest requirements over there. And each time you fulfill those, it's just part of the game's quest items. So I'm just showing you how to get that out of the way. Make each of those clothing items, the pants, the gloves, the leggings, the chest armor, the hood. And then the next quest will be putting the clothes on, which is a free gimme. Look how easy that is. I just click them on, and now my character is dressed, he's not freezing, and at the same time, he's completing a quest requirement. Now each time I put one on, you can see the check mark on the top right, and I put all 5 on, and that quest is complete. So the game taught me how to build a sleeping roll. It taught me how to build a lot of things. Now it wants to teach you how to build a club. So go into your crafting menu. You're going to just click on club right there and press up on your directional pad, and you're going to craft one up. It just takes a little bit of wood. I actually don't care about the club because it's a cheap weapon, but the game makes you build one. And at this point, it also makes you build bows and arrows so that you can learn how to make all weapon types. Now I needed a little bit of stone, so I got into the forge right there to pull it out. And I'm going to go ahead and make a bow, which is just wood and grass. And then I'm going to make some arrows, which take stone, feathers, and wood. You'll find feathers inside nests, so just check all nests for feathers and eggs, at least in the early game. Now, one thing you're going to want to consider when you have forges and campfires and torches is the amount of heat they put off. The zombies react to heat signatures, basically, and so when you put off things like forges, they pump out heat, and they pump them out for a long time. And so when you turn them on to start smelting, you're going to end up attracting zombies nearby. It's just going to start making a lot of noise. and it just becomes a little dangerous. So always make sure you put your forges in a safe area. Now what I'm doing here, you can see, is I'm fulfilling more of those quests. It wants me to build some wood frames. It wants me to place the wood frames, and then it wants me to upgrade the wood frames. So I'm just going to put them right here for no other reason, just to kind of stick them right here. I made 6 on accident, so we'll just place the extras. To upgrade them, you pull out your wood axe, and instead of hitting it with the axe, use your left trigger instead. That'll make it so it upgrades items and repairs items. Any item that you can repair, you're going to want to use your left trigger for that. So I fulfilled yet another quest. Ooh. And now the game wants to make a campfire. Now, I was already ahead of them on this one because I wanted a campfire on the first night. But campfires are very easy to make. They just take stone. That's it. So it's going to make a campfire. Put it in our tool belt there. And all the while, being sure that my forge is still melting things. See, it melted those other items, so let's replenish it. We're going to go and put a radiator in there, which makes brass, and put some iron ore back on the top. How very nice. And as far as that campfire goes, let's go and just put that down. Now we put it down, and it fulfilled yet another quest. And I'll get another quest on the top right. Ah. And the last quest will be to locate the trader. Now the game is trying to show you where the traders are at. And that's what that quest is about. And now the fruits of our labor. If you notice, we have some skill points we can spend. Now, there are a lot of skill points in these games. If you look around, some of them help you build, some of them help you survive, some of them help you create items or cook food or whatnot. And so we always have to decide what a good one to build or to put points into. I like to put mine into Sexual Tyrannosaur at first. What Sexual Tyrannosaur does is it's basically an endurance boost. You can run longer, you can swing your hammer longer, you can swing your club longer before you get tired. It's very handy in the early game. And right here, as you can see, I'm just making an iron club, an iron reinforced club. They are nicer than that wood club we've been using. Okay, let's go and put a little more wood in here. For no other reason that I just like the light. I mean, if we're filming a video, let's get a little bit of light going on in here. You guys don't want to just watch darkness. And while I'm here, let's drink a little bit of water and just prep up our biological needs for the day, because we're eventually going to go back out tomorrow, and we want to be ready for it. And before we go out, you always want to dump off as many items as you can that you're not likely to use while on the road, so you can pick up the most things you can before you come back again. So I'm right now currently doing a chest dump, trying to dump as many things in the chest as possible. And then the other thing I kind of want to do is, now that we have a forge, let's use it. We're going to make some iron arrowheads here. Now the arrowheads take iron and clay to make. You can see I've smelted some iron and clay in there already, so now I can make some arrowheads. So we're going to turn the forge on, putting some wood in there. We're going to hit that light button. And then we're going to make as many iron arrowheads as humanly possible. Now the iron arrowheads, I can actually make arrows that are stronger than the other arrows. You can kill zombies in one hit to the head and stuff like that if you do it right. So there's kind of a purpose for that. Now since it's nighttime and we're stuck up here anyways, you might as well do stuff like hit these for iron. You'll notice on the roofs you'll find a lot of these vents. The vents are good for just basic iron. And it's a good way to spend the majority of your evening while you're waiting for the night to pass. I mean, there's not much else you can do up here. I would sometimes go down and hunt, but I'm too weak right now. I don't have good tools. I don't have good weapons. I don't have good armor. I don't have a motorcycle or anything like that. So as far as that goes, I'm going to want to just kind of hang out up here. Make a couple torches for prepping for tomorrow, but just hang out up here for the majority of the rest of the night. Okay, and as you can see, my anvil is now ready. So let's go and take the anvil. You place it in that top right corner. And now I can create more complex materials on my forge. So day 2, we have a running forge with materials in it and an anvil already running. I'm smelting down more iron right now so I can make more things like iron arrowheads and items like that. And I'll take these iron arrowheads, combine them with my feathers, combine them with some wood, and make myself some arrowheads that have arrowheads on them and not just a stone at the end. So a little time has passed. We're just going to go and grab the arrowheads as they come off the assembly line out of the forge. You'll see they come out of that bottom right output. And then go to our crafting menu, and we're just going to type in the arrowheads. You find the ones that are iron arrows, and you can craft them up using those arrowheads. wood and feathers. So again, day 2, we got ourselves a forge, we got ourselves an iron reinforced club, we got ourselves some arrows with arrowheads, fresh cooked meat, nice clean water, and a secure base. And as you can see on the left, we can make forged iron right now if we wanted to. So we're really ahead of the game. Tomorrow I'll try to work on making iron pickaxe and some even more durable materials so that we can make another assault at the bunker behind us. And if we can assault that bunker, then that will probably be our home for the time being while we figure out where else we're going to go after that. So that should be about all we have for day 2. I think it's a pretty successful day 2. Again, we're really strong. We haven't lost any health. We haven't been hit. We don't have any worry about our base being compromised. We got food. We got water. We got forges. We got weapons. We're only going to get stronger and stronger weapons. By the end of the week, my goal is to have concrete, if at all possible. And so I am actually on a goal to hurry. Although, let's take a moment and wonder, what the hell is that noise? Now, I play a lot of 7 Days to Die. I don't know that noise. Wait, here it comes. That noise. Oh, now I'm used to the screamers that go, hi! I'm used to all the various noises, but I'm used to PC, and I'm guessing that sound is not on PC, because if you look, I'm looking around because I'm genuinely freaked out with that noise. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're going to wrap this up because, as you can see, we have survived another nighttime. Day 2 is over. Day 3 is about to start. I'd like to thank you all for joining. If you haven't already hit subscribe, please do, because we do a lot of 7 Days to Die on this channel. If you want to follow me on my Twitter or my Patreon, I should have links below, or my Discord. Make sure you follow, because I do a lot of live streams. You can ask me questions about anything you want to build, give me suggestions. I play on the Xbox or the PC, so thank you all for joining today's video. I'll be making sure to do more of these at least 1 week and show you how to get a really nice, strong start. Hopefully we can have a motorcycle and some cement by the end of the week. But otherwise, you all have a nice day. Thanks for stopping in, and I'll see you all in the next video.